What was your other question?
My questions are about insurance,
Okay. Health, property,
health insurance.
okay.
We talked about, you talked about it being a 10% decrease if we were to go with assured partners.
Not necessarily, no. That was their first proposal,
Okay,
but that is not a set number. They need our current rate from Wellmark proposal before they will give us an actual rate.
but a 10% decrease was gonna be $250,000 to $350,000,
It was gonna be $245,000.
okay? And that was, the insurance was what was the deductible on the insurance?
On the proposed, oh, it looks like we have Trista. Do you guys wanna talk to her?
I don't have anything
Thank
else
you.
for
I-
Trista.
I wanna go back to the, oh, yeah, not for
Oh,
this,
okay.
sorry.
Thank you.
Back to health insurance?
Yeah.
Is that our, you say 245, that's
That would be the potential savings if
savings, if they stay there.
if they stay at the percentage that they proposed.
But we're 90% sure they're not gonna stay at that proposed.
I
Didn't
mean,
they
we
give
have
you the
no
number of
idea, but we're
zero?
probably not going to.
Which is kind of,
We're just guessing at this point.
but
We
the,
won't know until April.
but the way they're
What-
doing it, it's like, it's almost a collusion thing.
It is, and I asked Isaac
No.
to get us back numbers earlier, and they said they'll work on it.
He told me he could have it back to us within 7 to 10 days. He said he can get it back before April.
Okay. So
Who did
what,
you talk to? Because I'm curious, because I talked to Ryan and he
That's who I
doesn't
talked to yesterday.
tell us any of this.
He
And I'm
said,
curious why you're going around the benefits provider and we are HR in our office.
we probably shouldn't do that.
We
'cause
should
then we're-
probably include that person in on the emails, Rebecca. That's not appropriate.
it's not appropriate to pass up a possibility of saving the taxpayers $245,000.
We're not passing it up. We're simply saying we have to wait to see if
Speak
it's
with
an
one
option.
voice. We need to speak with one voice.
And
We didn't pass them up.
So-
They're coming in to present.
when
But
are they
don't
coming
have-
in to present?
February 9th. The insurance committee is meeting on February 9th.
But Assured Partners is coming on February 9th?
Their presentation is being presented, yes.
By them.
No, they won't come here. We asked them that.
That's not what I was told.
Once again, we're paying $36,000 for a broker to do this. Unless you want to eliminate that, I think we should not step in the middle of this.
So,
And if we get the savings, fantastic.
Yeah, I want them
If we
just
get
as
an
much as
increase,
anybody else.
you may have jeopardized that.
if we get an increase, oh, so you're wanting to blame the increase on me, but the fact that we could possibly save
And is
$245,000.
that based on what she brought us before? Did she tell us it was gonna be a 10, and that's a 245, didn't she tell us that?
Right, she said it was gonna be a decrease of 10%.
Okay, and how much is that?
Could be a decrease.
Could be.
That's $245,000.
Then why are you getting involved?
Because Brian said he doesn't wanna switch insurance companies.
But it's not Brian's decision, it's the board's
Correct.
decision.
What-
And the insurance committee is handling it. But when you step in the middle, you're going around the department that is responsible for handling
Maybe we should
that.
just get rid of the insurance group.
My comment was, I think, in my opinion, I think we're better off staying where we are, what we know.
Right.
Because there's so many coverages that aren't covered at Assured Partners that are covered at HUB.
We gotta see the
What is
presentation.
not
Yes.
covered by Assured Partners?
Life insurance is not covered.
Yep.
No,
The health
they-
and dental is, or
They
not
can
the health,
broker
the
dental, vision, and life, it's just
Should we
not
let the
pricing.
presentations come, let the insurance board?
Are they gonna
That's
come
what-
to
That's what I
us?
would like to see is the presentations, and then we make a decision.
What do we have these groups for, Rebecca? What do we have them for? Why do we have a compensation board then?
You're not,
It's smaller, more
just like
effective
that.
government.
You're not
when
accurate.
These
Yeah.
people come and report to
Yes.
us.
because
This is not
Assured Partners-
micromanagement, we don't micromanage, it's not our job.
ISAC does do dental, vision, and life.
Well, then let them
Or
present
They
that.
don't do it, Assured Partners does it.
Well, let's
Correct,
get the two
and I told
presentations.
you on Tuesday that they gave us their proposals and they're considerably higher than our current rates. They're still going to be presented to the insurance committee, but that doesn't mean that we have to go with them.
Right.
And I think the committee's leaning towards splitting. Is that
I have
accurate?
no idea where the committee is leaning at this point, but it's up to the committee to determine that. And then bring their recommendation to you. The auditor's office is responsible for handling the benefits. And a supervisor stepping in and going behind the auditor's office's back to talk to these companies is inappropriate in my opinion.
That's just your opinion, you're welcome to your opinion. I'm trying to save the taxpayers money.
So
So
am
as the
I.
insurance group, Rebecca, let the people do their job. We have the final decision. And if you don't agree with the final decision, then we'll discuss it at that time. You getting involved, let's get rid of all the groups. Let's get rid of the compensation. Let's do it all, because we're not trusting those groups to bring the right information for you. That's what you're telling me. I don't trust HUB. I don't trust the
No, it's not
insurance
Hub I
group.
don't trust.
Who don't you trust?
When I get two different,
That's why we're bidding it.
get two different stories.
Maybe you shouldn't get involved in it and let the insurance group bring us one story.
The
You don't
insurance
s-
group is made up of every department head in the county. We bring them the proposals and allow them to make the decision based off of the plans and the premiums.
So is one of us in that insurance group?
No, we
How many
come
of-
to you as a group and present it to you and allow
Presentation.
you three to make that decision.
Megan, how many people in that group are elected by the people as well?
It would Felicia, Sheila, me, Brandon, and Sarah.
So you have 5 electeds as part of that group. Those people are accountable to the same people we're accountable to.
And I want us to save $245,000, but I sure ain't gonna call them and show that, uh-oh, Harrison County's got a split thing out there, we're gonna play this game. Oh, they don't have anything to say over here in the HUB group because they've been stepped on by the supervisor. The supervisor doesn't trust them, so maybe we better hang back here. You know exactly what I'm saying. Do you see a value in this? Tell me what value you see in this over the insurance group. I wanna know. What's the value of you getting involved?
I'm just verifying. I'm verifying.
They're gonna give us a presentation, Rebecca. We're gonna make the final decision. I trust this group. They report back to the people. I do not think it's right that you get involved in those things. And that's all I'm gonna say.
I'm just looking out for the people.
So you're saying we're not looking out for the people. We sit here and vote on the final proposal, and we're not looking out for the people.
Well, when Brian said the other day that he didn't want to
He had an
go
opinion.
with the other insurance, I was like, why wouldn't you want to save $245,000?
It's not that I don't want to save $245,000. I want to look at the coverages and what we're paying. That goes into the final decision. If you're paying, you might pay less money, but if you're getting less out of that money, it's not worth it. Everything's about return on investment.
And I talked to 12 of the 31 counties that are on it, and they all love it. They absolutely love it. They said they wouldn't change one bit.
Okay, well, let's let the committee come back with their
I've
proposal.
talked to several too that love it, and I'm not against it, but from a budget standpoint, I can't budget for a 10% decrease without knowing that that is actually going to happen. Until I have a final proposal from them, I can't. Okay? And they have not given me one. I will talk to Ryan and see if he can get me a proposal in the next 7 days, but I talked to him and the ISAC provider, David, last week, after talking to HUB, and he said he would work on it as soon as possible, but there was no timeline given.
Did you get a report to him?
Of what?
The report of the rates?
We don't have it, that's the
What
problem.
about the report for the claim, that type of?
We don't have it, that's the problem. And that's something that my office knows, but if you tell him that, that's when it creates this, okay, that's why we can't give it to you in 7 days. Because Wellmark is not giving us those reports. And they will not give it to us because we've only been with them for 7 months.
Megan, in your committee, is there a point of contact for these people to reach out to a point of contact? so
Morgan,
that
because
so
she's
Morgan
the
is a point of
benefits
contact.
person, yes.
And that's the person that needs to be in contact with these.
And she is in contact with Ryan,
You
she's in
don't have
contact
everybody-
with David.
You don't have everybody on your committee calling Ryan or
No,
whoever.
no one on the committee
There's one
does.
point of contact, and that's the way it should be.
And then she gives the information out as needed. There's no reason for every department head to be included on every single email. A lot of it is HIPAA, confidential, and they shouldn't be included.
This is where, Tony, you've had ICS training. ICS training is great for everybody that serves in the public.
Yep. I agree.
All right, what else?
Budget, anything else?
Okay, we'll move to consider approval for resolution for county bids.
I did not finish that. I talked to Sarah. She's super busy. She did say we need a policy rather than a resolution. We need a resolution to put a policy in place. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, the resolution will say that we are gonna start following this
It
policy
should be in our
as
policy
of,
handbook.
but so far we don't have them.
Right.
So why don't you keep working with her on that?
Right, I'm gonna work with her and also the department heads, because I don't want to do like we did with the credit card policy and say, oh, there was an unintended consequence, and have to keep changing it. So I'd rather just do it once. I did talk to secondary roads, they would have to be exempt because they have all those different DOT and state regulations on how they do their bids and that type of stuff. And this isn't necessarily a policy on the bid, I mean, that's dictated by the state code.
Correct.
How you do your bids is dictated by state code. This is a policy on do not exceed amounts and what we pay and the fact that we have to have change orders.
Sounds good.
So I will continue to work with Sarah. Like I told her, I know she's super busy, so I don't want this to be a, priority. So it might be a couple more weeks before we get it done.
Okay.
But I will get it done.
All right, next we have.
Can we take a break for weeks?
Absolutely. Recess for next week.
He's out in the car. He's probably taking it. Yeah. He's got the climate controller on there. He's too warm. Yeah, they are.
Just want to make sure.
I got him in, I've had it for 5 years. He'll turn 7 in October. Depends on the dog, depends on what the health problems, stuff like that. Time to retire him, really. He's been pretty healthy so far. She says forever. Forever. He doesn't live forever. He might outlive me. He might outlive me. Belgian Malinois. It's kind of like a German Shepherd from the old. A lot of the. No, it's its own breed. They are, the other one is too, it's a little smaller one, but super fierce, different. But they, a lot of the police and military don't breeding, the joke to them is when a shepherd ends, they will run themselves to death. They will work forever. That's right. But I think, I don't think either one of the two, they still use German Shepherds. Really, just depends on the dog itself, a lot of it. think they're generally smaller, they're generally smaller, they have fewer health issues. They bite a little longer, a little harder.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back. Before we go into that, and I won't forget this, January 29th minutes.
Move to approve the minutes from January 29th?
I haven't seen them that I know of.
Does Megan send this to you?
Yeah, I don't remember getting this one though. It might be on my computer, but. Okay,
There's actually, should be 2 meetings there, right?
January 29th and.
this is just January 20th?
Okay, I'm thinking Tuesday, sorry.
Okay.
Tuesday. all right.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Now we have the discussion on county's role in TC.
Did you get the emails from Mr. Ruma?
I did. And I think those, they're great questions. And I think the core is probably the one that he needs to talk to.
Can I?
This is a very serious problem, and I think the Corps is on top of it. I've seen things out there that this is a county problem. Our role in this, and that's what the item is on this, our role is very minute. The only thing the county has involving with this is well permitting. And that goes to the DNR before it comes to us. If you read state code says DNR has concurrent authority. They tried to say there's a 28E that gives that authority to this county, but that is not true by state code. That 28E does not absolve them from state codes.
We do have the testing money, and people can request a test specifically for TCE,
Mhm.
but the DNR has to approve that. And we had one just not very long ago that requested, and they said no, because you're not within the area.
You have to be in that 17 square mile area, the testing area.
So, it's,
But we do have the money to do that if the DNR approves it.
right.
But if you live in Dunlap and you request a TC test,
Right,
you're
you're
gonna
not
pay
gonna
for
get
that
it.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, clean drinking water up and down that thing.
Yeah.
The Army Corps is in charge of remediation. Can I read his questions?
Yeah.
He says, before endorsing or supporting any remediation strategy, because they haven't decided, the Army Corps hasn't decided on their remediation yet.
Correct.
So, he said, I respectfully ask that the county require clear answers to the following questions consistent with EPA and DOD best practices. Will the proposed remediation approach address both contaminated groundwater and the underlying source areas? What contingency plan exists if contamination rebounds or continues to expand? How long is the community expected to rely on active treatment and monitoring? And what safeguards are in place to protect existing and future drinking water wells from secondary water quality impacts? How does this strategy support long-term economic development rather than indefinite management? Because it is a problem for us, for the county,
It's a huge problem for the people that live there,
Yeah.
right?
and they're the ones that the Corps is working with. The Corps isn't wanting to spend a lot of time dealing with people who don't live in that area. Their time is focused on the people in that impacted area.
That's the Corps' issue. Where it comes to us is anywhere outside what the Corps deals with. They deal with that, whatever they've determined that their radius is. How it affects us is outside that radius.
But they've got monitoring wells outside of the hot area, and they're testing those wells too. They keep coming back negative.
I think the bigger issue is, I agree with you, and anybody can request that test. But the DNR, just like they said in the message here, they're too far outside, so we denied that one. We approved 2 and denied 1. So it's really, anybody who wants that tested should submit, for specifically for TCE. And if the DNR agree, then we can get it tested. We can use that grant money to do that.
right?
There
But,
is a big packet in Missouri Valley Library that explains everything the Corps is doing. They have annual meetings where they discuss it. They had a meeting with Public Health, they discussed it. They're not hiding anything on this.
But I agree, this is a major problem. I'm just trying to figure out what we can do, other than take those requests for anybody who wants a TCE test, and pass it to the DNR to see if we can get it done.
Well, and
That's
the-
how it's handled now.
Right.
the other thing that we can do is, not zone anything out there, anything that.
Oh, I agree.
Like, this.
Like the
this
housing
is-
development.
Yeah, this is how this all started, was when the gentleman came and wanted that 40 acres zoned as,
Residential.
residential,
I agree.
and we tabled it and started doing some research and found out that absolutely not, because we don't want those people drilling wells out there.
And we denied it based on the science.
Right.
Right? And so that is the part that we can do, is not zone anything else out that way residential.
I agree 100%.
So there is something we as a county can do,
And we're doing it.
right?
We're already
We had
doing
that one come in, we did not, but I agree, we should. And I have no problem using this map right here, you know?
But we also, the other thing that we, need to do is not allow any more wells out that way, not just in,
I'm not taking that on. I think that there's a fine line. If
On a
you-
case by
If you draw a
case.
line, and you say, nobody on this side of this line can get a well drilled, but on this side of the line, you can. You just destroyed this person's property value, and they could drill a well 4 feet away from this person. 4 feet away, it's okay to drill a well,
well, it needs to be on a case by case.
and it is now.
Yeah, and
It's
I,
already on a case by case.
But when the
But a
DNR,
moratorium in that area is a
No,
bad idea.
no,
That would
I-
be the state, that wouldn't be us.
I agree with you that we can't do a moratorium, that's against property
It's
owner
already on a
rights.
case by case out there.
But yet, we gave permission on a well that the DNR did not recommend.
But they would allow.
They would allow, but they didn't recommend it. So what does it take to not allow wells out there?
The DNR to say it's not allowed and not recommended. If they say no to both of those questions, then it doesn't get approved. There's several places that can't drill wells. If you go up into the housing development, they've built houses as far as they can go. The DNR does not allow wells on past.
I think this should get in the paper somehow, people.
I think they could have backed up years ago and put rural water out there.
They can't. I talked to Matt Gresh yesterday, and because of the topography of the land, for one, but also, he said that any holes you poke in that ground